Gammage and Project Humanities. Now, some of you may ask, you're probably not going to ask what ASU Gammage is, but you may ask, what is Project Humanities? Project Humanities is an initiative that started about a year ago, exactly this month. And it was an effort on behalf of President Crow to say he wants to see humanities represented more robustly. Now, that's very good because too often we see that science and technology tend to lead the way and humanities is just following. So I have tried with lots and lots of people to try to put humanities at least on people's tongues so people are saying the word without sort of, getting that dazed look. And I think it's worked. And if nothing else, many of you have the pens that we have, so we're trying to make this a visual experience as well. So if you look at your pen or your button, sometimes from the South people don't know if you're saying pen or pan, so I'll just say your button. And you'll see that it really is a hand that's made up of individual persons. And I made sure that each of the persons is not wearing a dress or a business suit. But what's interesting to me is that the hand really is about the many becoming one. And as Frederick Douglass said in his narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass, we can accomplish many things together, more things than we can accomplish separately. It does not take away, however, your individuality as a finger. But we don't want to exist as fingers, we want to exist as a hand. So Project Humanities is really about projecting our humanity. Now, you would think that we wouldn't have to do that, but in fact we do. I mean, look at what's happening, in terms of political divisiveness. So we're trying to create a different narrative. And that narrative is that there are more things that unite us than separate us. Now, we have tried to come up with a theme, and the theme for this year, looks like this is way too strong. It's too strong. Okay. Is truth. And I'm going to let Michael say his ASU Gammage part. But we try to come up with this notion of truth. And I've always been taken by people like Toni Morrison who have something to say about truth that resonates with me. So to put a context for this theme, I thought I would share with you something that has become quite personal to me relative to truth. And tonight's emphasis on truth in the arts. She said in her commencement address back at Rutgers in 2011, hello. Hello.
Okay.
Even when she didn't get as much as Snooki got for showing up. She says, I have often wished that Jefferson had not used the phrase, the pursuit of happiness, as the third right, although I understand in the first draft, it was life, liberty, and the pursuit of property. Of course, I would have been one of those properties one had the right to pursue. So I suppose happiness is an ethical improvement over a life devoted to acquisition. Acquisition of resources, acquisition of slaves. Still, I would rather he had written life, liberty, and the pursuit of meaningfulness or integrity or truth. And I think that's what Project Humanities is trying to do. One event at a time, one person at a time, one partnership at a time. So I thank you for being part of this collaboration that really is about humanities in action. So thank you very much. Welcome. And I'm Neil Lester, I'm the coordinator of this event, and have been very excited to see many of you, both our university partners as well as our community partners. And my partner in this event is the one and only Michael Reed of ASU Gammage.
I'll be brief and just to say that our mission at ASU Gammage is simply connecting communities. The word arts does not even appear in our mission statement. And we've been doing that in many different ways over the past 20 years since our leader and executive director, Colleen Jennings-Robenstock, has been with us. And it's taken the form of Journey Home, a prison project that we have at a straight-up jail for women. And over the past 12 years, it's been running. And it's been running because of Fatima Halim. But oftentimes it's taken on a form that's a gift from dance artists. We work with many dance artists over the years, doing all kinds of different projects that have included 80 community members on the stage with Liz Lerman in a piece depicting migration and immigration. The Chinese community, ladies from 86 years old to 6-year-old children on stage with H.T. Chen and dancers. And we've worked on many occasions with Bill T. Jones. And Bill T. Jones, in my opinion, and also I know in Colin's opinion, is simply one of the greatest dance artists working in the world today. And also one of the most thoughtful directors working in the world today, and who has now stepped into the Broadway world and is a 2-time Tony Award winner. So we feel very, very proud that he's here, and I just want to thank you, Bill, for being part of it. And when we told Neil that Bill was going to be here for 3 years as part of our Gammage residency, where we commit to an artist group for over 3 years, in Bill's case, help them to start creating a new work that's touring throughout the world right now, Story Time, inspired by John Cage. We started to talk, and there were some obvious intersections with Project Humanities. And we wanted to make sure that in some real ways, and we did last year with a wonderful conversation with faculty, that we could have some interaction with Bill, because Bill is not just a choreographer, dancer, director. Bill is an intellectual. He is one of our, in my mind again, one of our greatest contemporary thinkers about cultural issues, about social issues, about history. And if any of you saw his Lincoln piece last year at Gammage, it was brilliant and poetic and gut-wrenching and beautiful. So I'm not going to take any more time. I'm going to thank you, Neil, for our partnership. And I think we're starting with a little spoken word piece, and then we'll have Bill and Terry Hummer come up.